working languages, and this is where we talk about languages and language learning and all sorts of other stuff, and we play games. This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time, and we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks. Perfect. Okay, 3 of 4.
El hospital.
還元一級の先というのは、本当に誰も知らない字ばっかりでしょうね。私は Okay, we've leveled up and it is time to pick another language. Morfar tröttare än vanligt. Maten är färdig. And let's see what we're doing when we get back. Greek. We're doing Greek when we get back. Fun fact. Turkish. Hello, Shakespeare. How you doing? Fun fact, in Spanish, the word for bishop in chess is alfil. And that actually comes from Arabic. Fil. The same word fil as this. Meaning elephant, because the bishop traditionally was to represent elephant units somehow. Similarly, in Russian, the word for bishop is sword, and that also means elephant. Okay. This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time, and we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks. Ça, c'est ça, que c'est ça, non ça, c'est ça, sol chi sa che nulla sa, ne sa più di chi ne sa. Ecco.
Bonjour et bienvenue à Hyper Polyglotting avec Élise. Moi c'est Élise, traductrice, éditrice et écrivain avec 20 ans de travail. Et ça c'est la transmission en direct ou en jeu des jeux, surtout GeoGuessr en dernier temps. Et parle des langues, de la linguistique, de l'acquisition des langues.
10-159. Haven't made a huge dent in it, but we're getting there. Okay, gonna do some Chinese now. Nej. Man. Yen. Yo. 5. Ducks are drinking wine. Bangba, okay, Bangbas is duck. Okay, I have now leveled up. Let's see what the XP situation is now. 10,340 out of 12,500. And as always, viewers can choose my next language for me just with a follow and a $5 to my Patreon.
Sotto le frasche del capanno 4 gatti grossi stanno. Sotto 4 grossi sassi, 4 grossi e grassi gatti. Un généreux déjeuner régénéré, des généraux dégénérés. Un généreux déjeuner régénéré, des généraux dégénérés. Facile. Sì, ecco, la gente... è la cosa che mi dice la gente, sempre che scoprisce che quante lingue parlo, io sempre avevo l'impressione, diciamo, di che non era così, non era tan così, ma poi, dopo di aver visto qualche poliglota in YouTube, una delle cose che avevo scoperte era giustamente che la metodologia usata da quella gente poliglota che non avevo mai conosciuta prima, era più o meno la stessa metodologia che usavo io. I find a computer or what? Here's another example. I like to point these out. For this word for or, what sounds vaguely like Hogun and the Hok in Hogun in Korean or Waku in Japanese, and that means it is the exact same kind of character.
Okay, let me see.
Un chasseur, ça change chasser. Ses chassés sont son chien de chasse.
Der dicke Dach.
Okay, der dicke Dachdecker deckt dir dein Dach, drum dank dem dicken Dachdecker, dass der dicke Dachdecker dir dein Dach deckt. Hola y bienvenidos al directo de Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. Yo soy Elisa, traductora, escritora y editora y comunicadora social con más de 20 idiomas de trabajo. Y aquí vamos a estar jugando videojuegos, sobre todo GeoGuessr, y hablando de idioma, la mejor forma de aprenderlo y caleta más. Zwei Zwetschgenzweigen zwitscherten zwei tschechische Schwalben. Tres tristes tigres tragaban trigo en un trigal en tres tristes trastos. Oh, I see. This is Diche Ishai Fui, which means, do you want food? But, yeah, are you hungry? That's also funny. How are the boys? Cocine da boy. Posso Milao. Pote. Buenese. Proteine. Udros. Protopulo. In the designated chicken eating area, obviously. Okay, still 3 times I have to defeat him. And I don't have a whole lot of health left.
This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time, and we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
Monsieur. Livre. Liwe, livre.
Bucks
Mustan kissan paksut posket.
Mateye.
Yeah.
Pierre. C. Esopi. Mateye. Proč? Inter. Počkej. A. C.
Track 6.
Aspri petraxes aspri apton ilioxex asproteri. Aspri petraxes aspri apton ilioxex asproteri.
Then coginio panas.
Oh boy.
Ferrad verda ferda vetri.
Jacob. Hefed.
Hello and welcome to Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. I'm Elise, translator of lost text, writer, editor with 20 working languages, and this is the stream where we're going to play some chess, and we are going to drag some of the crappiest English language learning content on YouTube for filth. I say some of the crappiest because the thing about it is, I mean, it's YouTube. There's a lot of crap content. The ceiling is very high, I will say, but the sub-basement is as low as you could possibly imagine. So I don't know for sure that this is the worst, but it's not good. It is distinctly not good. So we're going to start out, as we have been, with a little bit of Puzzle Rush. My all-time record, personal record, is 40, which I got on this very stream, like, I think 2 weeks ago now? Yeah, maybe it was 1 week. Things run together sometimes. But, we're going to see if I can manage to get any closer to that. And then we're going to play a little bit of Rapid, and then the Filth Drag. Okay, these are all straightforward background mates in one. Rook's gonna... Well, that wasn't so much a back rank mate in one as just a regular mate in one. Let's see. How's my audio working? Ah, it's working pretty well, it looks like. Yes. Yes, that's working. Okay, what have we got here? Oh, we've got this bishop and this queen both converging on the square right in front of the king. There's nothing around that can take them, so this is mate. So is this, for the same reason. Oh shit, I did that backwards. Now I'm going to have to be extra careful because I'm already 1 wicket down and I haven't even got into this double digits yet. Okay, let's see. I think we got a trapped queen here. This queen can't go here. Can't go here. I think if I move the rook... Okay, this is not going... I mean, it will be a real nail-biter if I manage to get... anywhere near my record with 2 wickets down this early. So we'll call this a warm-up. Unless, of course, I manage it, in which case...
Achievement unlocked. We nudge, and we mate. We win it. Oh, okay, yeah, so we win a queen. Oh, no, we don't win a queen, the knight is pinned. So that's not happening. Okay, so what is happening? Okay, so on this diagonal, the king. Okay, if the queen takes, then that's just a queen sacrifice. I mean, one option is if I just move my king off of that diagonal there, I can just fork the queen and the knight, but I mean that doesn't work because then the queen can just take. I mean, the queen takes, it's a queen trade either way, so. And queen trades are not really what the Puzzle Rush experience is about. Hello, if you're just joining us, this is welcome to Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. I'm Elise, translator of lost texts, writer and editor with 20 working languages, and this is the stream where we're playing some Puzzle Rush and to warm up for some Rapid, and then dragging some really not very good English language learning content for Filth. But first, we're figuring out what's going on here, and the thing is, this is only this is only 13. This has to be quite simple, but I'm nervous because I already fucked up 2 of them today. Okay, I mean, one option is I mean, if the queen just takes, what happens then? Then, I mean, the pawn takes back. I can do this, give check, and I mean, I haven't really won anything though. I mean, I won a pawn, but usually winning a pawn is not what Puzzle Rush is about. Okay, let's see, what's another move? I mean, this doesn't look great. Okay, rook takes, and then I think I'm worse. I mean, another move after queen takes, pawn takes back is here, attacking the rook. Not really seeing why that's any good. Now this is going to be so obvious. That's the thing, this is going to be so completely obvious. And I'm just not seeing it. I think partially because I'm overthinking it because I already fucked up 2 of them. Okay, it was queen takes. Oh, I win a knight. That's what's going on. Okay, yeah, that was obvious on reflection. How's everybody doing today, chat? Okay.
This king is in a bit of bother. Let me see. Can't go here because the white king's there. The pawn blocks that, so this should be mate. Okay. Pawn here, that's check. Pawn takes. Pawn takes back. King can't take because the rook defends that pawn then. King moves down, and this is mate. Okay, this is a complicated move order puzzle. Because the goal is to create a situation where both queens are attacked at the same time, I think. So if we take here with check, queen has to take back. Then we go here, I think. Yeah, there we go. Okay, this king is definitely in a spot of bother. This entire file is taken away by the rook. There's only really one square it can go to, but not anymore. Okay, if we sack the rook, pawn takes. Yeah, when it has to be check because this is threatening mate. This is mate on the next move unless unless I have check or otherwise I'm forcing it. So yeah. Okay. Only really two options here. One, we trade rooks. I don't think we want to do that because this is looking a lot like mate. The other, we move the king out of the way. Okay. This king is really stuck. Okay, if we go here, sack this rook, king takes back, queen here with check. Yeah. There we go. With one wicket in hand. Okay, if we go here, that puts the king in check. The king has only one move, which is to go here. Then queen takes, rook takes back, rook takes, and it's mate. $24. Okay. So this king is in bother, but right now I can't just attack it with the rook because it can just take the rook. The rook just hangs. But the rook also cuts off this entire file. So if we put the bishop here, king's in check, king's only move is to move back, and then that's mate.
Oh, well, first we take a pawn. Okay. Obvious move here is rook takes. Is there any reason not to go with the obvious move here? I do not see it. Okay. Taking the bishop isn't really an option because then we're just trading a queen for a bishop. That's no good. This is check. Okay. So if we just take, we end up trading again a queen for a bishop. And that sucks. So what can we do? I mean, one thing we've got is this very advanced passed pawn. But I don't think that's gonna... I mean, maybe there's a way to get that to promote. Could that be it? Okay. Queen takes. Pawn here. I am playing this without a safety net at this point because I used up my 2 wickets that I had in hand already really early on with just silly stuff. So I can't afford any mistakes at this point. I'm on 25 and my all-time record is 40, and I'm trying to see if I get anywhere near that. Maybe we are just taking here. Like, is there any other thing that you could do there? Yes, there clearly was. Okay. I mean, not a bad warm-up. This is mate. So is this. This 2. This 3. This 4. Mate. Okay, if I do this, I'm attacking this rook, which can't go anywhere, and I'm also threatening mate. Okay, endgame. Go here, king has to move, we trade rooks. King has to take back, which will involve it moving away from these 2 passed pawns. And I can just walk them right up and turn one into a queen, and I'm winning. There we go.
Okay. I think I'm winning material here. So if we take that bishop, queen has to move here. That removes the defender from this light squared bishop. I get 2 bishops for the price of 1. And I'm attacking this rook. Or the rook decides to take my queen, and I get a queen and a bishop for the price of a queen. Okay, if I go here, the king has to move because there's no piece blocking it. It can either go here, or it can go here, and either way my queen gives mate. Fuck. Okay. God, I did not look carefully at that, clearly. Okay, so we're gonna look more carefully now. So that, I believe, is mate. Is there any reason it isn't? Okay. If I go here, it's check, and only the rook can take. And I take with the pawn. And that, okay, that was my second of 3 wickets. Okay, fine. Okay, what have we got? If we go here, we attack this rook. And either the rook has to move. I mean, and it can just go here, can it? Not sure if that's great. What happens next? So, okay. I mean, all of my focus is on this whole area here, and whether there's any material to be won. And sometimes that's the mistake. Sometimes you get tunnel vision. Okay, let's just look at something completely out the box. If we sack this queen, that removes a defender from this pawn. The rook has to take. This rook takes back. And we've don't think... Yeah, and then we take this rook, and what have we got at that point? I don't think we've got anything at that point. That does not look like a thing. Oh, if we go here, then there's a fork. Okay, so we go here, and I guess the rook just moves to get out of the way. But then pawn takes, forking the the queen and the knight. There we go. Okay, this is check, and the king cannot take the pawn because the rook defends. King's only move is here. I'm not winning a rook, though, because the rook is defended. So it's got to be something else. I mean, well, I'm winning a rook, I guess, if I go pawn here. That wasn't it. Okay. First tries and next tries. This is not... So far, my record does not appear to be in a great deal of danger from me. But sometimes you just need a warm-up. Okay, that rook is free. But we should always be a little bit suspicious of free material, though. Not really at this level. This level of free material is almost certainly free material. When you get into the double digits, free material is often a decoy. Okay. Sorry. Let me see. Okay, so we got this thing going on here. But at the moment, the bishop can just take. And the pawn takes back. The pawn takes back with check, and it's defended by this bishop. Is that really what we're doing? I have my doubts. What else is going on? What else is this bishop doing? Is this bishop? Oh, wait. Oh, God. I'm looking at all this shit and I'm missing the forest for the trees, I think. Because that's a free rook. This, on the other hand, is just mate. Okay. King's in check, so we've got to do something about that. The most obvious option there is just to take. Oh, we don't have to take with the queen, we can take with this rook. And the queen is free because that pawn is pinned. There, that's looking better. So the key is not to lose a whole bunch of wickets early on through silly things. Okay. This rook is defended at the moment 3 times. Queen, bishop, knight. This queen is actually hanging. Okay, so if this queen takes, knight takes, I don't think we've done anything other than trade queens. Next option. If we put the rook there, that's a discovered attack on the queen because this bishop is also attacking that. What does the queen do then? That wasn't it. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, one thing that's happening is there's an open diagonal to the king that the queen can take advantage of. Another thing is, okay, I don't think that's it because there's not, the pawn can just block. But, okay, let's say we take here. If pawn takes back, then bishop takes, knight takes, queen takes, and we're winning a piece. Mate. Okay, we got another endgame puzzle. Lots of calculating to do here. Not a whole lot. I think I know what we're doing. Because we have to... Okay, we have this pass pawn here. Take, and it advances. So then the pawn is here. King goes here. Pawn goes here. King goes here. And we can take the pawn when it promotes. What's going on here? Okay, so we have this rook on the back rank. We have this queen. Going here. Okay. Oh, wait. There is another. Okay, so queen goes here, and that's check. Pawn here to block. Queen takes. Now the king has to move. And this is mate. Okay, looking altogether better than the last couple of attempts. Okay, this king is in a lot of trouble. So, that diagonal is cut off by the bishop. These squares are cut off by the knight. Is there anything that can be done? Does black have any move against that? Oh, and also tipping the balance. This is mate in one, so it has to be check. Black to move, mate. Okay, we have another king that's looking kind of in bother. What can we do? If we go here, that's check. Nothing can take the queen, so the king has to move. The king can't go here, can't go here, can't go here. Can't go here or here. So the only square that's open is that. This is the only square open to the king. So the king moves there. And this is a discovered attack that will give mate. So queen and pawn are both attacking that pawn, which is right in front of the king. Let's be 100% certain that there's nothing that can take on g7. I don't see anything that can. Okay. So this is a threat, but only if I move this queen. If queen, if it were black's move and black played queen d2 check, queen takes, knight takes, king takes, and I win a piece. Oh, hang on. This queen is hanging. That's good to know, but we're in the 20s, and in the 20s, when you see a hanging queen, the first question you should ask is, yes, but is there anything better than that? The only thing better, really, than winning a queen is mate. Do we have mate anywhere here? Only real candidate for mate is this, and that's no good. That's losing material. Then I'm losing a rook and a queen for a queen. Hell. Okay. If I take, then we just end up with another passed pawn. Eventually, I think white breaks through, and then black is screwed. But the king is kind of stuck here. King cannot move here because of the pawn. Can't move here because of the other pawn. The only move for the king, can't move here because of the king. So the only move for the white king here is this. And this is kind of no good. So I can just move here, advance my pawn. And there we go. All right. One thing that just comes to mind here is there is a potential fork here. If this pawn advances up to there, then I'm forking the knight and the bishop. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, pawn here attacks the bishop, and it is defended twice by these two knights. White to move. Okay, this seems extremely obvious. Hello, SD8N. How you doing? Okay, this seems so completely obvious that I have to doubt it when we're at 26. This is white to move, and if I take the black king, I mean queen here, have I hurt myself in some way? Is there any reason that I don't want to do that? Is there a stalemate here? Is that the issue? I don't think so. The king can just move all over here, so that should be fine. Okay, well, not a whole lot. What kind of vocab is it? Sometimes a free queen is just a free queen. Okay. Right now, my queen here is hanging. But this pawn is free. Okay, now... There we go, 28. Like, is it a particular topic for the vocabulary? Okay, we have an endgame here. It is black to move. Okay. What noobs do I have? What streaming services are you on? Because I would suggest something that will actually may be much more helpful. So there are actually some pretty good French series available on some of the streaming services. Okay, what if I go here? I mean, that's check, and the king has to move, and I guess the king moves here. I can kind of see that a bit. So then I move here, and this pawn is then defended. King can move up here. Okay. Tabarnak. I mean, is there... Okay. I need a move that does not result in this pawn getting taken. I don't think I have a move other than this. I had a move other than that. Fuck. Oh, well. I may have, yeah. I may have a book deal for the translation project. Fundraising hasn't been too bad. I'm also going to get some help with that in relation to the possible book deal, I think. Other than that, I've had a few interesting inquiries, possibly. A family friend found an old letter in the attic and wants to know what it says. Fuck. That wasn't meant. I was trying to put it back. Damn it. That was a misclick. I was actually trying to keep it where it was because I had decided that that wasn't the move. Okay. Fucked that one up. Yes, I am. Most translators are. It has its advantages, although it also means that in the US we get to pay double FICA. Like, no matter how bad your year is going, even if you have like no taxable income, you end up having to pay the employer's portion of FICA, because I mean a big part of the reason that they like that everybody's freelance these days is precisely that employers don't want to pay tax and benefits and stuff like that. Oh, believe me, that is a question I ask myself often. Damn it. Oh, it's, yeah. I mean, the trouble is, what translators are dealing with are, like, there are these C-suite executives who have been totally sold on the plagiarism-fueled garbage machine marketed as AI. And since they are monolingual, they think that they're getting like acceptably accurate like output from these the garbage machines, and so they've spent a whole bunch of money on it, thinking they can just sort of like not use people who know how to do the thing, is since they often don't know how to do anything themselves, they would rather not pay people who do know how to do things. And so, yeah, I mean, it is a rough time for translators. Go. Okay, this is double check. Can the king move anywhere? No, the king can't move anywhere. Interesting combination. Well, I mean, the thing with anything to do with like translation as well is, I mean, the advantage of being freelance, I want to be clear, there are actually some nice things about that, is that for the most part, clients don't really care where you are. Like, you can be anywhere in the world and work on their stuff, and as long as it gets done, they don't care. I mean, I've done translation projects from a bus in the middle of the Atacama Desert before. Yeah, I mean, that not being in the US certainly is looking very attractive at the moment. Okay. One option here is I take the knight. Yeah, I think I'm taking the knight. Yes, I am. I'm taking the knight. Well, there are a number of places I would consider. I mean, I have to say, I always liked spending time in Chile. Argentina is another place I really like, although now the cost of living is through the roof. I'm forking. Like, oh well, I mean, this is Millet. He has decided to sort of hand the entire country over to Wall Street. And so the result is that, like, Argentina was one of the places in Latin America where you had, like, actually a pretty good match of, like, living standard and cost of living and stuff. But now, I mean, I was like, costing it to work out, you know, how much, you know, what I would need a budget for if I were to live there. And it turns out that Argentina now has the world record for most expensive dry pasta prices. Like, even for like not high end stuff, like the cheap stuff, not even imported, because they have a domestic pasta industry. It's a very Italian place, so, I mean, pasta is a thing. Oh, okay. Go here. Queen takes. Go here with check. And I'm winning material. Okay, so my bishop here is hanging. But if I take, then all I'm doing is trading this bishop for the other bishop, because the knight takes. But then there's also this queen. Ah, okay. There we go. Yeah, I've heard good things about France. In particular, they're pretty chill with, like, people coming in from the US who you know, are working digitally, for example, and so you know, their work isn't, their income is from outside of the country, their work is not affecting the local employment market, and so they kind of don't mind that, is what I've been hearing from people. Quite liked Paris. I wouldn't mind seeing a bit more of it. There we go, we're on 30. This is what I like to see. Okay. This is discovered check. If I go here, attacking the rook, and the king is in check. Okay, and I think I'm just winning. Yeah, winning this rook. $31. Okay, this is where we're actually getting close to my record. And I've got, what, 2 wickets in hand. After this, one way or another, I'm taking a bio break, and then we're going to play some rapid. Okay, so this knight is hanging. Okay, this is check, but I mean... Why do I need to keep app running in background? When using the message reminder function, you need to keep the app in the background. In the incoming, if the incoming call or text message reminder, it may be caused by the manslaughter of the system. Oh, that's dramatic. It may be caused by the manslaughter of the system. Why not just the murder of the system? Why half measures? $32. Okay, we have a pinned pawn. We have dual pressure there. 33. Okay, now this shit is actually starting to pop. Okay, if we go here, pawn takes. Go here, it's jack. Future is something. $34. This is what I'm talking about. Okay. One wicket in hand, and I'm on 34. Okay, we got a pass. Oh no, that's not a pass pawn. This is okay. I mean, it's a pass pawn, but it's not. This is black to move, so it's going this way. Okay, so that's check. King can go here. King can go here. Okay. Now one option, okay, yeah. If I go here, check, queen takes, and then I've got a pass pawn and I'm winning. 35. Okay. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Now, these get really hard. Where, like, the last puzzle that I solved was rated 1990. That's a pretty high rating. Okay. Okay, this knight is hanging. If I go here, we've got check. Is that where we go, though? Is that what we're doing? Okay. Okay, we can't go queen e8 because this rook can just, knight can just take it. One option, if we go here, that's threatening mate in 1. How do you deal with that threat? I mean, one option is to give check. King takes. Another is attack the queen. Queen takes back. Yeah, that's what we're doing. 36. We are closing in on it. Okay. So, okay, we go here, that's check. Nothing can actually, nothing can take the queen there. King's only move is this. Queen here. Rook here. Okay, damn it, that wasn't it. But 36 is a pretty good score. That is my 5th best score all time. And on that note, I'm going to take a little bio break. I will be back shortly. Hi, and welcome to Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. I am Elise, translator, editor, and writer with 20 working languages, and this is where we talk about languages and language learning and all sorts of other stuff, and we play games. This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time, and we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
Perfect. Okay, 3 of 4.
El hospital.
還元一級の先というのは、本当に誰も知らない字ばっかりでしょうね。私は、
Okay, we've leveled up and it is time to pick another language. Mordfar är tröttare än vanligt. Maten är färdig. And let's see what we're doing when we get back. Greek. We're doing Greek when we get back. Ben neredeyse her gün okula gider. Fun fact. Turkish. Hello, Shakespeare. How you doing? Fun fact, in Spanish, the word for bishop in chess is alfil. And that actually comes from Arabic. Fil. The same word fil as this. Meaning elephant, because the bishop traditionally was to represent elephant units somehow. Similarly, in Russian, the word for bishop is sword, and that also means elephant.
This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time, and we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
ça, ça, c'est ça, que c'est ça, non ça, c'est ça, sol chi sa che nulla sa, ne sa più di chi ne sa. Ecco.
Bonjour et bienvenue à Hyperpolyglotting avec Élise. Moi, c'est Élise, traductrice, éditrice et écrivain avec 20 ans de travail. Et ça, c'est la transmission en direct ou en jeu des jeux, surtout GeoGuessr en dernier temps. Et parle des langues, de la linguistique, de l'acquisition des langues. 10-159. Haven't made a huge dent in it, but we're getting there. Okay, gonna do some Chinese now. Night. Night. Fun. Yen. Yo. 5. Ducks are drinking wine. Bangba, okay, Bangbas is duck. Okay, I have now leveled up. Let's see what the XP situation is now. 10,340 out of 12,500. And as always, viewers can choose my next language for me just with a follow and a $5 to my Patreon.
Sotto le frasche del capanno 4 gatti grossi stanno. Sotto 4 grossi sassi, 4 grossi e grassi gatti. Un généreux déjeuner régénéré des généraux dégénérés. Un généreux déjeuner régénéré des généraux dégénérés. Facile.
Sì, sì, ecco, la gente, è la cosa che mi dice la gente, sempre che scoprisce che quante lingue parlo, io sempre avevo l'impressione, diciamo, di che non era così, non era tan così, ma poi, dopo di aver visto qualche poliglota in YouTube, una delle cose che avevo scoperte era giustamente che la metodologia usata da quella gente poliglota che non avevo mai conosciuta prima, era più o meno la stessa metodologia che usavo io. I find a computer or what? And here's another example. I like to point these out. For this word for or sounds vaguely like hogun and the hok in hogun in Korean or waku in Japanese, and that appears it is the exact same kind of character.
Okay, let me see.
Un chasseur sachant chasser, ses chassés sont son chien de chasse.
Der dicke Dach.
Okay, der dicke Dachdecker deckt dir dein Dach, drum dank dem dicken Dachdecker, dass der dicke Dachdecker dir dein Dach deckt.
Hola y bienvenidos al directo de Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. Yo soy Elisa, traductora, escritora y editora y comunicadora social con más de 20 idiomas de trabajo. Y aquí vamos a estar jugando videojuegos, sobre todo GeoGuessr, y hablando de idioma, la mejor forma de aprenderlo y caleta más.
Zwei Zwetschgenzweigen zwitscherten zwei tschechische Schwalben. Tres tristes tigres tragaban trigo en un trigal en tres tristes trastos.
Oh, I see. This is Diche Ishai Fui, which means do you want food? But yeah, are you hungry? That kind of thing. How are the boys? Cocine tacos. Posso Milano. Pote. Buenese. Proteine. Protopolo. In the designated chicken eating area, obviously. Okay, still 3 times I have to defeat him. And I don't have a whole lot of health left.
This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time, and we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
Monsieur. Livre.
And I'm back. Okay. We're gonna play a bit of Rapid, and then we're going to look at some of the crappiest English language learning content on YouTube. At least some of the crappiest that I know. I'm sure there's worse.
Okay. Got unrated, I'm playing black. And die Partie wurde abgebrochen. The game was aborted. I tell you what. I'm gonna switch. Okay. We're gonna switch to French in honor of your vocabulary. Your vocabulary efforts. Ok, nouvelle partie. Position de départ. E5. C5. E4. C5. On va faire la sicilienne. Jusqu'ici, tout va bien. C'est une sicilienne très normale. Moi, je préfère de jouer l'ouverture sicilienne, le début sicilien. Quand j'ai les pièces noires, parce que c'est bien pareil. Ça, bien semblant au début anglais. Mon début préféré quand j'ai les blanches. D3. Maintenant, on va établir la possibilité de rochade. Faire gaffe parce que si je bouge ce cheval-là, madame est en crise. Je peux kicker le fou.
bien occuper un peu plus d'espace sur le flanc de la dame. Hein? C'est quoi ça? Le cheval se trouve en prise et c'est bon. Ouais. La seule possibilité sur Star, il faut organiser un peu, ranger un peu du côté du roi. Oh, la GGM. C'est fou, c'est un peu gênant quand même. C'est une position bien avancée et ça me plaît pas. This? Oh, I'm not actually sure what, because I can't hear it right now, but this is a collection of my own compositions. Thank you. Threatening mate.
I think I had a better bishop, but on the other hand, this messes up the pawn structure. That disconnects this pawn here. It's now an isolated pawn. You got double pawns here, which is not bad as we move in the direction of an endgame. Meanwhile, that pawn is pinned, because otherwise I can just take that rook. Is there any way to avoid mate now? I don't think there is. Okay. Bilan de la partie. I don't really have favorite languages. They all fascinate me. I mean, and all the families fascinate me too. They all have like interesting features and things like that. I have to say, like, if I were gonna say a favorite language type, not so much family, like agglutinative languages, I think are really cool because of all the stuff you can do with them. I mean, it's just fascinating how, you know, how you can sort of just make up words often, and they work. I mean, that sort of thing I quite like. Beyond that, though, I mean, I kind of love them all in different ways. Okay, let me just make sure. Okay, we're gonna play another of these. What flag is that? Togo! I don't think I've ever played against somebody from Togo before. Okay, avec des quatre. Oh, okay, wait a second. I gotta fix this, crop. You're not seeing my back rank there. There we go, that's better. Okay, playing a Grunfeld.
Kick the bishop. Defend the bishop. That wasn't great. That was much, much better for Virtuous 28 than it was for me. Gotta find some compensation now. One way to compensate is that wins a piece, and then everything looks a little bit better. This doesn't work because then I could just take. On the other hand, that actually isn't bad at all. Defending the bishop, and now my thing doesn't look as good. Okay. Okay. Hello to everyone just joining. We're just playing a little unrated rapid, and after that we are going to look at what I have to say is really the worst English for as a foreign language learning channel I've ever seen on YouTube. Everybody who follows the stream regularly knows I do occasionally like to look at it because it is a combination of, like, it's boring, it's also they get a lot of stuff wrong, and they're remarkably petty.
So I mean, it's like interesting from a sort of a pedagogical critique standpoint, but also just from a standpoint of dragging it a little bit for Phil. Let's see, how many pieces have I got attacking this square? I got 3. White's got 2. What do they speak in Togo? Let's see, languages. Other languages are spoken, particularly those of the Gbe family. Official language is French, because they were occupied by France. What's in the Gbe family? But I'm losing time on here. Not sure if my cause has been particularly helped by that. Not familiar with the Gbe family. Although there are a lot of West African languages that really like that. See, when you see the GB together like that in a lot of West African languages, that's not just G followed by B. That is its very own separate consonant. Where you combine, you say a G and a B at the same time, essentially. Be, be, be. Be.
Okay. I have to say, I've been happier about positions. I feel like this one could definitely be improved. Need to find some sort of tactical thing that I can do. Especially because that's not looking great. But here we go. That defends. And now it's still defended because I moved that rook. Oh, I'm under 2 minutes. I gotta be a little bit more careful with this now. Okay, now the bishop's no longer pinned. And I can start to go on the attack a little bit more. Right now, that queen is defending this square that I would very much like to be on. Okay. Now we get into some complicated things. My position is thoroughly awkwardized. You never know when a blunder is going to come to the rescue, and I've still got a rook. I mean, right now, this king is kind of looking a bit vulnerable. Yeah, but my king was also looking a bit vulnerable. Okay, how did I fuck that up? Because I thought I was doing pretty well for a while. Okay, I was already down. Let me see. Okay, that pawn move seems to have cost me dearly. Yeah, at this point, white is already totally winning. 5, oh yeah, winning a piece there. Yeah, at that point. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that sucked. That, did I GG? Yes, I GG'd. Yeah, very well played by Virtuous. And we're gonna switch over, and we're gonna look at English for Everyone. A channel that really is not great. I would recommend watching just about anything, like literally anything in English on YouTube is going to contribute more to your acquisition of English than watching these two. But it is kind of funny. So we're gonna do that. Now yesterday we were looking at somebody by the name of Evelyn who what's your channel's name? Yeah, Improve Your English with Evelyn. And they had actually like accused her of making deepfakes. Well, like very assiduously avoiding ever mentioning her channel. She thinks probably not to drive traffic to her criticisms. Yeah, this is the one. Wanted to make sure about that. Oh, and like, I mean, what's wild here is the title of this video is, it uses Evelyn, who we were watching yesterday, on the fucking, the thumbnail. And with, I have a PhD, which apparently is a dunk on her, that she has a PhD. I mean, I'm not too big on credentialism, but I don't generally think that that is a bad thing to have as somebody who is teaching. It kind of depends on what you're teaching, I would imagine. But they avoid mentioning the name of her channel and accuse her of like using deep fakes or something. But okay.
But Lisa is not a...
She had... So here we go. We're gonna just... tal vez en otra ocasión.
native speaker. And we're going to talk a little bit about this issue. It's going to come up later in the video, and I'm going to discuss what's problematic about someone who's not a native speaker making some of the comments that they make. So Lisa is a non-native speaker. She clearly has an accent.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that she did, which in this particular case I think is actually a reasonable thing to do, was to just ask for Lisa, who does make like sort of very smug corrections, including of native speakers, but also of like non-native English language content creators, to like speak unscripted. Because the thing about this channel, English for Everyone, is it is like there is absolutely it is the most strictly scripted thing ever, and it is just repetitive phrases in English. Like none of them ever seem to use any like it's always the exact same thing they say over and over and over again. Like if you which is one of the many reasons I think it is not great for English learning, other than that it's just so petty, because all you're hearing is them saying the same things over and over and over again.
And I don't want to sound arrogant, but I truly think that everything Lisa says on camera is probably written by Kevin. And it's clear in all of the videos, you can see her eyes darting across the screen, that she's constantly reading from a teleprompter or a script, and she's very careful with how she says things. So any criticism coming from her should be taken, I think, with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I mean, and whether it's scripted by Kevin or not scripted by Kevin, like, she and Kevin both, I mean, you can these things write themselves, the EFE videos, because it's just, we cannot say thing that somebody they're responding to says. We say thing. Thing means thing. Let's try it. Say thing. That's right. Thing. Like, literally, we will see, this is their whole fucking video. Every single video of theirs I've seen follows that exact script. You wouldn't even need to write it. You could just memorize it.
And so I consider myself to be pretty well read, and unlike Lisa, I'm a native speaker. I've lived my entire life in Canada, and I think I have a good understanding of what words are common and uncommon in everyday speech based on my educational...
Yeah, oh, that's right, because she had said that potable wasn't a common word that you see in everyday conversation, which, again, not wrong about.
Experience and my lived experience. And Lisa, who is not a native speaker, someone who is not born and raised in North America, very smugly claimed that the word potable is common.
Okay, this is so weird. In the last video, when I was looking at the machine-generated closed captions, every time that the word potable shows up, it writes pable. And now, in this other video, it's doing the exact same thing. Like, what the hell is that? Hey, Riveroon, how you doing? Why is it doing that? Why won't it just write the word potable? Why does it break the speech-to-text algorithm to spell out the word P-O-T-A-B-L-E?
People might say that it's kind of problematic for a non-native speaker to be telling a native speaker what words are common and uncommon.
I mean, I think you get into a kind of a gray area, but in this case, this is a reasonable criticism. I mean, because, like, just based on experience, potable, it's a word that will show up in certain contexts. You're more likely to see it in writing, but it's not a word that you hear in everyday conversation outside of certain, like, niche areas. I mean, you don't go, you don't, like, see your mates on the street and go, hey, y'all, what's potable? Keep it potable.
Hey there, and welcome to English for Everyone.
Like, could we talk about the rule of thirds?
Where we teach real-life American English.
She's trying to do it sounds like she's trying to do a southern accent. Where we teach real-life American English.
And welcome to English.
What words are
teach real-life American English.
Like, I haven't heard her as much as I've heard Kevin, who, like, I can't escape feeling like he's like the doppelganger of Caleb Maupin. Just the look and the Rizlessness. But I've never heard her speak with this, like, accent, like, welcome to the Moody Bible Institute prayer hour sort of accent.
Today you're going to learn some important expressions.
Like, yeah, listen, she's doing like Kentucky.
Let's get started. First, this is not correct.
Here are some informal ways to say someone's not very smart.
Okay.
He's off his rocker.
When you say he's off his rocker, it doesn't mean that he's not smart. It means he's crazy.
I mean, actually,
She's not wrong there. I'll have to. I mean, this is not a way that is useful for learning English. And I have to say, I was thinking about this over coffee today, and it occurred to me the reason these myths persist more in the world of English as a foreign language, these sort of myths about method, persist more in English as a foreign language. And Jesus Christ, that's not a problematic image to be using there at all. Nothing ableist going on there. But the thing is, like, English is easily one of the easiest languages in the world to find comprehensible input in, no matter where you are in the world, practically. Because English language music's gonna be on the radio. You're gonna probably have, like, English language TV shows with subtitles in your local language. Like, English is kind of everywhere. And, I think, and a lot of the people who teach English as a foreign language are also doing it in English-speaking environments. You know, for people who are not native speakers who have come to an English-speaking place, and so they're teaching English. And so you can see the results, because people are getting all kinds of comprehensible input constantly from the environment. And people who don't know anything about language acquisition look at that and they're like, oh, well, maybe my crappy method that they told me to use is actually working. But it isn't. It's just that they're learning just from life. You could actually, not have the class at all, and they would probably be learning just as well, because they're getting comprehensible input in their daily life.
It has nothing to do with how smart he is. He's crazy. He's off his rocker. And what about this lady? She's very smart.
Wait, okay. I love cats, but,
She has a PhD, but she's off her rocker. She has 20 cats in her tiny apartment.
Well...
She's crazy. She's off her rocker. But she's smart.
Okay.
Let's hear some examples.
That was an example.
Elon is absolutely off his rocker, whether it's tweets or whatever he's recently doing. I mean, maybe the pressure's getting to him, but his behavior just seems odd.
My mother, he stated, was a stabber and a wacko. She was totally off her rocker. Far back, he said, as I can remember.
Is that why she decided to try to do the Southern accent?
On the flip side, you may immediately determine that they're off their rocker and probably just escaped the nearest loony bin.
Well, God, this is is this all we're gonna be doing? Is this
rocker?
I mean, yes, these are actual legit examples of a term that is in fairly common usage. I mean, I think you go back a few years, it was more in common usage than it is now, but it certainly is not uncommon. But,
What's she mean by that? She's off her rocker.
Oh, well, he was off his rocker, wasn't he?
From his letter, my mom thought the ox was off his rocker.
Let's practice. What do you think? Do you think she's off her rocker?
no, she just has lovely cats. She seems, it's just cozy. Shut the fuck up. Why are you judging Catwoman?
That's right.
See, and this is what I'm talking about. Actually, she had a little bit more actual, speech, in this than others, and I think that's probably a direct response to the fact that Evelyn is querying how well she can actually speak spontaneously. But this is the whole thing, and it is exactly the thing Kevin does, too.
She's off her rocker. Good job. This is also not correct.
Here are some informal ways to say someone's not very smart.
I mean, you already used this one.
He's got a few screws loose.
When you say he's...
No, I mean, first of all, that one actually can go either way.
got a few screws loose, it means he's crazy.
Jesus,
it has nothing to do with how smart he is. He's crazy. He's very smart, but he's crazy.
I mean, this does not count as an example, okay? Her just saying this, is this how she's... See, this is what I'm talking about. This is so completely... this is... Like, there is literally no difference in the way that she says things to the way Kevin says things. This could just as well be him.
He's got a few screws loose. Let's hear some examples.
You got a major screw loose.
Your boss had some screws loose.
You got a couple of screws loose, pal.
Well, except, here's the thing. Yes, these are examples of people saying the thing, but we're not being given any context that tells us what they're using it to mean. And this is one that can actually go a little bit either way.
They were going to make him an admiral up in D.C. before they found out he's got more and more screws loose than a Studebaker.
Well?
Oh, that was Michael Rappaport back when he did things.
You definitely have a screw loose.
I'm just a guy out there with a screw loose.
Does he have a few screws loose? You bet.
Have you had any employees that have been laid off in the past year or two with any screws loose, criminal history, anything like that?
So remember, you can say, he's got a few screws loose, or he's got a screw
She's abandoned the accent.
loose. Both are correct. Let's practice. Does he have a few screws loose?
God, that fucking image.
That's right. He has a few screws loose. Good job. So remember these two expressions. She's off her rocker. It means she's crazy. And the other expression is, he's got a few screws loose. It means he's crazy. Today you're going to learn a very important word that might save your life. Let's get started. First, let's watch a video clip.
Could we learn the rule of thirds?
So let's watch the first clip.
Excuse me, is this water, sorry? I mean, is it good to drink?
Yeah, I mean, which, honestly, that's also not a terrible way of saying it. You could say that. I mean, it would be more common to say, is it drinkable, is it safe to drink? Is it okay to drink, you could say?
Yes, it is potable. Potable. Good word.
The speaker is teaching the word potable. Potable is not a common word.
Yeah, look, here we go again. Pable. What in the hell? Like, who knows? I don't, like, it's weird. There's more effort going into finding those clips than there is in anything else. Like, the way that they've done this lighting, it's like they have lit Lisa in the most unflattering way imaginable. And I'm not saying I'm not great at light. This lighting could use some work. Like, it's just straight up warm white lighting, and the contrast is a little bit off. I'm not great at lighting. You know, it's a learning process. But, like, they've lit her in a way that just sort of just does not help her, and then they use this camera angle that is, like, not so much the rule of thirds, but the rule of turds.
Word. It is rarely used. And I actually had to look it up myself after I watched this reel.
I have no idea why she didn't know the meaning of the word and why she had to look it up.
Well, I mean, she just explained to you why she needed to look it up. Because it is not a word that she hears in her everyday life in Canada. Which is not surprising, because she probably lives in the parts of Canada where potable water isn't a constant issue. There are bits of Canada, you know, on the reserves where much of the indigenous population lives. They have a constant issue with potable water. I bet they're much more familiar with the term. But you can go a very long time in the English-speaking world and not hear it.
It is common, and you will see it on signs.
Lots of shit is... there's lots of stuff that you see on signs. Like, notice this. Notice this sign in the bottom right corner. Non-potable water, do not drink. You know why they say do not drink next to non-potable water? Because the people who wrote this sign understand that not everybody will immediately know what non-potable means. And, I mean, I think I said this yesterday, because we have ended up talking about the same thing again with this potable thing, or pable, as the subs want to tell us.
but I was probably in my mid-20s before I ever heard anyone use the term before. Like, I was not sure whether it was potable or potable until my mid-20s because I just never heard anyone say it.
Potable water is drinkable.
Now suddenly, okay, now it says portable water. Interestingly, which is closer YouTube machine generation algorithm.
Water. It is safe to drink. And you might
Yeah, it is safe to drink is a way more common way of saying it.
see a sign that says non-potable water. And if you don't know
even in their signs, there's an example of how this is not a term that you would expect native speakers 100% to know.
the meaning of the word, you might be in trouble. Because if you drink the water, you might get sick. Or you might even die. And you don't want that to happen.
This is such a... I mean, it's like the facial expressions as she's saying this.
Non-potable water is not safe. It's not drinkable. You shouldn't drink it because you might get sick.
Like, she's using way more words. Oh, here, wait a second. Look at this sign, too. Now, if it is such a common word and everybody understands it, why do they have to add not to be used for drinking, washing, or cooking use? Like, literally, if you know what potable means, if you're assuming that everybody just knows this term, you don't need this last bit because it's already included in the word potable, except for maybe washing. Hey, Ada. Yes, go on, Comrade Snowball, I guess.
It's not safe. And now let's see how native speakers use this word.
Oh, where are they going to find these? Now I'm very curious.
And every year, 3.5 million people die because of non-potable water.
See, there we go. Already, this is not casual conversation. This is somebody talking about conditions in places where where access to potable water is not guaranteed.
Related diseases.
Now, while in India...
Wow, wait a second. Suddenly, the closed captioning, the machine-generated closed captioning, gets potable right. I don't understand it.
Yeah, my parents always remind me to only drink boiled or bottled water. Because unlike here in America, where I can just turn on a tap and easily
unless you're in like Flint or Jackson, Mississippi.
Get clean, potable water.
And now all of a sudden it's back to calling it portable. What the hell?
So there we just look at two potential potable water sources for Legionella.
Okay, and here we have a technical discussion of infection control, infectious diseases that are waterborne. Like, remember the other clips they were showing there? It was like movies. It was movies with realistic, casual conversation kind of dialogue. And what have we had here? A discussion of waterborne diseases, a TED Talk about India, and another one about like the lack of potable water in the rest of the places. No, I mean, it's everybody's saying it very clearly. It's just weird.
This would be non-potable water in this tank. This would be the boiler water.
Okay, he says potable. Okay. And again, that was a technical discussion. The guy's explaining how a water treatment system works.
It will use 90% less potable water.
Instead of
a technical discussion again.
Finding food, focus on finding potable water. Dehydration will set in faster compared to hunger, and this will...
A discussion of, like, survival skills. These are the examples they're finding for potable water. Like, everything else I've seen there, it's like movies or it's just casual conversation in YouTube videos. This one, it is all educational or technical content. They're making the fucking point.
Will greatly affect your chances of survival out in the wild.
But on the other side of it, perhaps material science can help me to create a water bottle that very, very quickly filters what would otherwise be
a technical discussion again.
Potable water to make it potable.
Right.
Those are the kinds of technologies or tools that I'm also interested in.
Today you're gonna learn a very
Her hair keeps changing.
important word. Let's get started. First, let's watch a video clip.
So in this video, we're going to review the content of 5 non-native English speakers and content creators.
See, I mean, I will say, this is a genre I'm not a huge fan of. Because it all comes down to, like, nitpicking people's English. And that is demonstrably not a particularly useful way to help people learn. Like, it has zero pedagogical value for the most part. In fact, it probably has a negative value because it's likely to make people less confident. That makes them less likely to speak. It makes them, perhaps develop an aversion to the language, to exposing themselves to the language or exposing themselves to a situation where they might make a mistake. And all of that actually is going to hurt people's ability to develop in the language. So, as a genre, I'm not a fan. So, but on the other hand, in this particular case, where you've got somebody who is doing this as a non-native speaker and getting it wrong, both of them, I mean, it feels like both of them are like a very uncanny valley somehow.
And we're going to give our honest opinions about the English content that's being presented. So let's get started. Let's go on to, number 4.
Excuse me, could you bring me a fork, a knife, and a spoon? Flatware? Flatware, yeah.
I mean, none of that is wrong. Although, depending on where you are, it's also silverware or cutlery. But, I mean, have you ever had that happen, chat, in the restaurant? You go to the restaurant and somebody confirms that when you say you want a fork, a knife, and a spoon, those things would be considered flatware?
Yes.
Did you have anything that you thought might be problematic for someone maybe thinking about moving to the United States and learning English?
Well, I mean, flatware, because actually, I don't know if somebody said you have flatware.
Yeah.
Now I'm wondering if flatware is actually silverware.
Yeah, flatware and silverware are synonyms, but silverware is definitely in North America way more common. I mean, but if you go to Britain, I believe also Australia, you're going to hear cutlery. But I mean, if I'm in a restaurant and I'm missing certain things, I'm going to say the things I'm missing. I'm not necessarily just going to, unless I haven't decided, because if I'm without silverware entirely and I don't know what silverware I need, then I haven't ordered yet.
So, it's come to the point now that, these things, I'm just like, wait, or does that mean, a pan to cook something? Is that flatware?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
that isn't flatware, that's cookware.
So,
it's true, not everybody says flatware. I bet somebody's done a study of where that is more commonly used, but it is definitely used in some parts of North America.
It's like, yeah, we just wouldn't say this.
And so do you think if they were in a restaurant in the States?
Okay, let me just check here. Yeah. It can also be called tableware. I'm not seeing... Nobody seems to have studied it, at least doesn't come up on a
Google and they ask for flatware without any sort of gesturing. Would a server know what that meant?
Let's say you don't have context. Let's just say a person's out in the middle of a field, and then you ask them, do you have any... you said cutlery. Do you have any flatware?
Why would you be doing this in the middle of a random field? I mean, without any context.
At that point, I might think that this is some sort of tool to maybe dig something or build something like.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's like.
So, potentially problematic for learners.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's confused. He doesn't know what flatware means.
It is less common.
It's not a digging tool. It's not a pan.
We know what it's been explained what it is. That's not his point.
This is flatware. You can also say this is silverware.
That would be the more common thing in North America, yes.
Or these are utensils.
Yeah, somewhat less common. I mean, certainly correct.
You can also say this is cutlery.
That is much more common outside of North America.
Common words are silverware and utensils.
I mean, okay, I would actually agree with her here. But I mean, the point he's making, the point both of them are making, is just that it's going to be less common and people are less likely to immediately understand what you mean by it. And see, this is like... like her judgment here.
But Americans do know what flatware is.
I mean, you just saw an example of one of them being unsure of that. So maybe you're...
Not only do they know what it means, they also use this word in everyday English.
Like, the point is, you just had an example of two North Americans who both found the term a little bit awkward, and one of whom apparently wasn't entirely sure what was meant by it. I think you kind of can't dismiss that.
So, excuse me, where can I find the flatware?
Well, okay, so apparently, where is this?
Plastic flatware?
The guy, wait a second, did you see that? He had to repeat himself. He just fucking proved the point.
How many would you like? You looking for a fork?
Yeah, that'll work.
Just two?
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so the guy did not immediately know what he meant. But I'm noticing the time, and it is time to wrap up for this week. Thank you to everyone who joined in. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you enjoyed the stream, please consider supporting me over at my Patreon, or I'm going to drop a link here. This supports like all of my projects, and it's a real lifeline to me because these are fucking rough times for everyone, and that includes me. If you can't, you can't, and nobody should feel at all obligated or feel bad about it, because, you know, times are fucking rough. But if you can, and you do, it is very much appreciated. Well, Ata, we will always have the VOD. And I will be back on Friday at 4:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, and we will resume over at Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. Thank you so much for joining in, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have ideas